Hello everyone and welcome to part 19 of my Rams Connected franchise here on Cloud92 TV, and we are kicking off the playoffs in this episode. We are going into the playoffs with the number 1 seed in the NFC after a pretty good season. We started off the year pretty poorly. We started off I think with a 1-3 record, and we were somehow able to bounce back and get a 12-4 record by the end of the season. So a great performance by the St. Louis Rams this season, coming after a Super Bowl win. Since we are the number 1 seed in the NFC, we will not be taking part in the wild card weekend. So the 4 games you have going on are the Raiders against the Bills, the Falcons against the Redskins, the Chargers against the Titans, and the Seahawks against the Lions. So right now I'm just going to go through all the awards for the 2014 season. I don't think we had any MVPs or anything big like that. I do think we had a couple guys that were runner-ups. Now the biggest award winner on the St. Louis Rams was Jaquay White, and winning that award is a pretty big deal for Jaquay White, especially when considering that there was a ton of controversy when he entered the league because he was basically taking Case Keenum's spot, who was the starting quarterback when we won the Super Bowl, and we gave up drafting Craig McCoing, who was projected to be the very first pick of the entire draft. So we are simming the wild card weekend. We're going to be going into the divisional round, and we're playing the second best team in the NFC, who was forced to play in the wild card weekend because we're in the same division as them. So we will be facing the Seattle Seahawks, who came off a terrible year the previous year. They went 7-9, and luckily they were able to bounce back, and they went 11-5 the next year. And sorry, I forgot to show the injuries going into the game, and the biggest injury obviously for the St. Louis Rams is the loss of Mike Wallace. I don't think he's going to be returning unless we were to make it to the Super Bowl. So we're going to need to make a pretty tough playoff run without our number 1 receiver. And as we're going into this game, I just want to start off with a pretty big apology. I think it's been around 3 weeks since I last uploaded a video, and it's mainly been because of school basically. I've been pretty caught up in it, so I haven't been able to post, but now that I'm finally done with that stuff, I'm going to be able to post a lot more of these videos, hopefully more often, because I do want to get to that NBA 2K14 series, and I think it's already like a month overdue. But I'm just going to tell you my plans with that series compared to the Madden series. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this series as I've said in previous episodes. And what I think I'm going to do, Madden 15 is supposed to be released in late July this year for some reason. I have no idea why they're not doing it in August like they normally do. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to pick up the game probably in late July, but I'm going to keep my NBA 2K14 series going all the way through the beginning of October. And by then, I'll probably have enough time over the summer and near the beginning of the school year to finish that series. I'm hoping to get around 25 episodes of that, and as far as this series goes, it's just a matter of when I get eliminated in the playoffs. This could be the last episode, or we may be having 2 more after this one. But one thing that I definitely do want to do is probably have a wrap it up kind of video where I do Where Are They Now, and I simulate 2 seasons of the St. Louis Rams, just so you guys can see how everything would play out if I were to continue this series even further. So let's get into the gameplay of this video. The Rams started off with a really hot offense. We're already at the 16-yard line just a couple minutes into this game. Jaquay White is in the shotgun on the 16-yard line. He sees Darren Sproles open, but he's going to take it with himself, drawing the defense toward Darren Sproles and going for the cone, but he does not reach the end zone. So we're going to run Jaquiz Rodgers right up the middle on the 1-yard line, and that will make the score 7-0, and already the Rams are putting pressure on the Seattle offense to have something going, because we know they are a defensive-centered team, and if we can just put pressure on their defense, it is very likely we'll go out of the stadium with the win. And you guys can tell just from the title of this video that the Seattle team's offense was completely centered around Marshawn Lynch. We could just not stop him the entire game. They just kept running him, and I think in the first quarter they had less than around 15 passes. And right here, Marshawn Lynch running up the sideline. He's almost in the end zone, and we stop him, I think, just 1 yard short. That will make it 1st and goal on the 1-yard line, and logically I'm going to bring everybody there on the blitz, but they completely fool me with the play action pass. Russell Wilson finds Zach Miller on the left side of the end zone. That will make the score 7-7, and I think that was just a 2-minute drive by the Seattle Seahawks. Their offense is coming out just as strong as ours is. And the key play I kept going to throughout the course of this game was the corner strike play. I know it's a pretty cheap play in the game, but it does work well, even against tough defenses like Seattle's defense. So on 3rd and 9, we're going to be doing a play action with Jaquiz Rodgers. Jaquay White's going to roll out to the right side, throw it, but it will be batted down, so we gave up a key possession right there. The Seattle Seahawks will have a chance right now to take the lead. Russell Wilson is lobbing the ball to the left side, and you can see our cornerback McDonald not even trying to tackle him. Sidney Rice will get all the way upfield into the end zone. That will make the score 14-7, and the Seattle Seahawks have just stolen the lead from the St. Louis Rams just like that. So we're going to need to get our our offense out there and make some key plays. Jaquay White is back. He's rolling to the right side, and he finds Jared Cook, the leader of our offense, and I'm pretty sure he re-signed with the Rams already in the offseason in real life. Now on 2nd and 10, Jaquiz Rodgers is rolling out to the left side. He's cutting right back in, embarrassing the Seattle defense there. He gets all the way upfield to the 17-yard line. He's got 44 yards rushing on the day. Now with just a minute left in the first quarter, Jaquiz Rodgers is throwing to the left side. A great catch by Jared Cook, and he just embarrasses another defender on the Seattle team. I think that was even Richard Sherman that he ran over. On 2nd and inches, we're going to do a quick slant play to Tavon Austin, who gets into the end zone. We will be tying the score up at 14 now, right before the end of the first quarter. So with 14 points led up by both teams in the first quarter, the team that plays better defense is going to be the one that wins this game. Now, right here, Marshawn Lynch running up the middle. We can just not stop this guy. He gets all the way to the 42-yard line, and he already has 115 yards rushing on the day, and they're going to keep giving him the ball. Right now, he's going upfield, wide open field ahead of him. Atrocious play by our defense, and they take the lead again in just, I think, around 4 or 5 plays. Our defense is playing atrocious up to this point, and Marshawn Lynch is just mocking us and our fans at this point. So on 2nd and 10, Jaquay White is back. He's trying to outplay Marshawn Lynch, and he gives the ball to Chris Givens, who picks up the first down. And Chris Givens in this game really stepped up, especially with Mike Williams not playing. He's normally the 4th string wide receiver, but as a 3rd string, he played pretty well. Now here's Jaquiz Rodgers picking up the first down, getting all the way to the 43-yard line. On 2nd and 5, we're breaking out the corner strike play. White's rolling out to the right side. He sees so many open wide receivers. He takes it himself and just slides down at around the 45-yard line. On 2nd and 11, we're passing it again. Our running game is just not working. White's throwing to the left side to Michael Floyd now, who gets a pretty cool catch right there. We're doing a play action pass here on 1st and 10. Jaquay White's going to roll out to the right side. He sees a wide open Kendricks, who gets a nice block from Jared Cook, but is chased down from behind. He gets an 80-yard pickup there, and now we're going to run Kendricks up the middle. I found that he's a really good running back when it comes within 10 yards of the end zone. So we get into the end zone. That will make the score 21-21. We're still in the first half of this game, and both teams are scoring like crazy. So the Seattle offense takes the field, and I'm having so many people blitz trying to contain Marshawn Lynch at this point. If we lose to the Seattle team, that's okay, but we will not lose to Marshawn Lynch single-handedly. On 2nd and 4, Russell Wilson's back. He's finding Sidney Rice across the middle, who gets to the 50-yard line. Now on 2nd and 7, Russell Wilson's going to be doing a play-action pass with Marshawn Lynch. He's going to roll out to the right side in a very accurate pass to Percy Harvin. The Seahawks are driving downfield, looking to take the lead again. Now I'm blitzing with Stewart. They're going to do a pitch to Marshawn Lynch, and hopefully we can chase him down. Stewart reaches him, but Marshawn Lynch just gets away. He spins into a defender and actually ends up going backwards. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but he just reached 200 yards on the day. He already has 200 yards, and we're only in the second quarter. On 3rd and 1, Russell Wilson got hit as he threw, so that will make it 4th and 1. They will be forced to kick the field goal. The kick is up and good. The score will now be 24-21, and we have a chance right now to go downfield, get a touchdown, and take the lead since the beginning of the game. We're doing a play-action pass right here. Jaquay White is rolling out to the left side. I see open receivers. I try to take it, and he fumbles it. The Seattle defense picks up the ball, and there's open field ahead. Chris Long is trying to chase him down, but he does not reach him. That will make the score 31-21, and the Seattle defense just made the play of the game for their team. That will make it a 2-possession game and put us in a hole for the rest of the game. Jaquay White is back on 2nd and 10. He will be throwing to the right side to an open Michael Floyd, and a score on this possession is absolutely key. If we don't score here, we cannot give them the ball at the start of the second half and be down by 2 scores, because then we'll just have no chance of winning. But luckily, we're getting into field goal range right there with the pass to Michael Floyd. We're going to do a no-huddle immediately after the play. We want to try to get a score as fast as possible, but at the same time, we do not want to give the Seattle offense too much time on the clock to score right after. We're going to do another pass to Michael Floyd, this time getting out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Now it will be 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. We're going to be running the ball right up the middle. Actually, with Jaquay White, he's going to dive into the end zone, and that will make it just a 3-point game with 20 seconds left in the second quarter. So it's logical to assume that the Seattle offense probably won't be able to get anything going, and hopefully we can go into the second half only down by 3 points. But the Seattle offense does take the field. They're not going to kneel the ball. They're going to give the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and you know that's not a good sign. He goes right up the middle, and he's already past the 50-yard line. He gets hit out of bounds at the 43, and just like that, they could be up by 2 scores again. Here, Russell Wilson's back. He's throwing to the right side to an open Zach Mailer, who gets into field goal range and is hit down at the 21-yard line. And out comes the Seattle special teams. They're going to try to kick a field goal right before the end of the first half. The kick is up and good. That will make it a 6-point game going into the second half. And that was just an atrocious series by our defense. That basically sums up how our defense has been playing up to this point in the game. It's going to be extremely difficult to win this game, giving up 34 points in the first half. Luckily, Seattle does not get anything going on their very first drive in the second half. The Rams offense is starting strong, getting him past to Michael Floyd, who gets into field goal range at the 30-yard line, so we can at least get some points up on the board and maybe even take the lead at this point. On 2nd and 6, Jaquay White is passing the ball again. He's rolling out to the right side in a very well-thrown ball to Chris Gibbons. He's got 2 receptions on the day. A touchdown is absolutely necessary in this situation in order to take the lead. Jaquiz Rodgers is receiving the ball. He picks up the first down, and he gets just 2 yards away from the end zone. Now on 1st and goal, we're going to give the ball to Kendricks again. He's definitely our goal line man. He gets into the end zone, and we take the lead by 1 point. Jaquiz Rodgers is happy, and we're trying to keep our season going at this point. But you can't count the Seahawks out of this game yet. Russell Wilson takes the field, and they have not been using Marshawn Lynch as much as they did in the first half. They're going to be passing the ball here. He's got so much time in the pocket, and it's picked off by James Laurinaitis. A terrible decision by Russell Wilson, trying to get the ball to Marshawn Lynch, who was going on a short route, but it was easily picked off by James Laurinaitis. On 2nd and 10, Jaquay White is rolling out to the right side. He gets sacked, and that was just a poor decision on my part. That will bring up 3rd and I think around 17 yards. Jaquay White is back. He's throwing it to the right side to Tavon Austin, who picks up the first down and barely steps out of bounds. If he didn't step out of bounds at the 6-yard line, that would have easily been a touchdown. We're running the ball with Jaquiz Rodgers up the middle. He runs over a defender, gets into the end zone, and the Rams are taking over the second half of this game. We now have an 8-point lead after holding the Seahawks for 2 consecutive drives. Now it's 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Wilson is back, still not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch. He ends up getting hit in the backfield for a gain of 0 yards, and you guys are probably wondering why I'm showing you this play, and this is because of a glitch I saw with Robert Quinn. He out of nowhere just speeds up and starts running into the Seattle bench at supersonic speed, and I thought that was just a funny play to show you guys. On 3rd and 6, Wilson's going to be passing the ball again. He gets sacked for the 2nd time, and that will make it 4th and 7. We will receive the ball at the 48-yard line with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Jaquiz Rodgers is running the ball up the middle, which is not something you typically see him do. We're trying to waste as much clock as possible and give the Seattle Seahawks as little time as possible to make a drive and get something going. So on 2nd and 2, we're going to bring out Kendricks, try to get the first down using him. He's handed the ball, and he fumbles it. It's picked up by the Seattle defense, and they're going to be tackled almost immediately after picking up the ball. And the Seattle Seahawks are back in this game. They have a chance right now to go downfield and tie it up. Russell Wilson is back, still not handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch. He's going to roll out to the left side, and he gets hit down before reaching the first down marker. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. If we can stop them here, it'll pretty much clinch the game. But Marshawn Lynch, again, is going upfield. He gets all the way to the 40-yard line. He is single-handedly keeping the Seahawks alive in this game. On 2nd and 10, they're going to be passing the ball again. Wilson is back doing a big drop back, and he sees a wide open field on the right side. We should have had a defender back running a QB spy, but he gets all the way to the 22-yard line, and they're going to go for a touchdown in this scenario. On 3rd and 10, Wilson is back. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to throw it end zone, and it is caught, but his feet are out of bounds. A lucky break for the defense. They're going to bring their special teams out here to make it just a 5-point game. The kick is up and good, and the pressure is on the Rams offense. I don't know if we should waste clock and run the ball or do some passes and try to go down and score and clinch the game. We're going to do some short passes, so we're going to do a pass right here to Michael Floyd, who stays in bounds and gets all the way to the 38-yard line. 5 minutes left on the clock, and we're wasting as much time as possible. On a quick slants play, Jaquay White is just going to dump the ball off to Jaquiz Rodgers, who's going to cut back infield, making sure he's not going out of bounds, and a smart play by him. On 2nd and 4, Jaquay White is back. He's looking to the left side, finds Chris Gibbons, who cuts in as well. We are trying to waste as much time as possible. I cannot stress that fact enough. And at this point in the game, I realized that the easiest way to waste time while passing the ball is to do a ton of quick slant plays, so we're going to do a whole bunch of them on this drive. On 2nd and 3, we have the ball at the 7-yard line. Jaquiz Rodgers receives the ball, and he sees an easy path to the end zone, but he's going to cut back infield, try to waste as much time after the 2-minute warning. With under 2 minutes left in the game, I decided to run the ball into the end zone. Jaquiz Rodgers gets in, and that will give us, I think, a 12-point lead. I didn't want to try to knee the ball and then settle for a field goal, because then that would only make it a 1-possession lead. I'm more comfortable with the 12-point lead than an 8-point lead. The Seahawks enter the field with a minute and 40 seconds left. Their season is on the line. Russell Wilson's thrown it across the middle to Sidney Rice, and they're going to hurry up to the line immediately after that play. Our defense knows that making one big play could just end the entire game, and we'd be on to the conference round of the playoffs. Russell Wilson is back again. He's feeling the pressure. He's going to throw it on the run, and Harper holds on to the ball while being hit pretty bad right there. They get the ball at the 35-yard line. Now they have it at the 22 with 50 seconds left. Russell Wilson's throwing it across the middle to his tight end, who gets just 4 yards, which isn't enough. They need to get a touchdown as fast as possible. They're going to do a no-huddle back up to the line of scrimmage. advantage. There's only 40 seconds left in the game, and I have no idea why they're not using their timeout. It's looking like a spike play, but he fakes the spike. He gives it to Turbin. Turbin gets by one guy. He gets all the way to the 2-yard line, and Russell Wilson right now, he's just playing dirty at this point. He's faking spikes. He's not playing the way we want him to. Russell Wilson's now in the shotgun. He gets it into the end zone to his tight end. That will make it a 5-point game, and the fate of the Seahawks season lies in the hand of their kicker, as they're going to do an onside kick here with 30 seconds left. If they receive it, they have a chance to pull off the win. They're going to kick the ball, and it is caught by Obanamanu. He just has to not fumble it, and he gets down. That will end the game with 20 seconds left. There's no chance of a Seahawks comeback, and the St. Louis Rams have won the game. They will go on to the NFC Championship game with a score of 49-44. One thing we definitely do need to work on when we go into the next game is our defense, because I feel like if our defense is playing well, we can definitely beat any team in the NFL. Your player of the game is Jacquizz Rodgers with 107 yards rushing. Jeff Fisher is shaking hands with the new Seahawks coach because Pete Carroll was actually fired at the end of last season. And your play of the game is Jacquizz Rodgers running into the end zone, which put us up by 12 in the fourth quarter. This game was very important for us, not only because we move on to the second round, but because we defeated the second best team in the NFC. And you can see by the final game stats, we did better in scoring, passing yards, and time of possession. We will now sim the divisional round of the playoffs going into the NFC Championship and AFC Championship week. And next episode, we will be playing the 11-5 Carolina Panthers. And the AFC Championship game is a shocker. It's the Titans against the Steelers, and that should be a good game to see who comes out. So I hope you guys had a fun time watching this video. Be sure to check out the other videos in this series. I'll put a link to the description of the video before this in the series, which is week 17, I think, in the regular season. Also, be sure to go vote for my NBA 2K14 My GM team. The voting is closing pretty soon. I think there's only a couple weeks left, and the main contenders at this point are the Bucks and Nuggets. So you may want to vote for one of those two teams specifically, and I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you guys. Bye.